Fast and Furious has been announced from Arcade1Up, has been put up for pre-order, and now with various streams going on, we've been privy to some of the details that are going to be involved in this cabinet. So what does that leave next for other cabinets? Let's talk about it. What up, ladies and gents? It's your boy MikeOfAllTrades, coming to you today thinking about the possibilities that are endless now that Arcade1Up has put out Fast and Furious with the features that it has. First things first, I'm an obligatory content creator, so it is required in my contract to state to ask you to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and turn on those notifications as we make our way to 4K. But without further ado, let's talk about it. So, Fast and Furious comes out May 8th. Racing cabinet with Fast and Furious and Fast and Furious Drift on it. 960p, 30 frames per second. But it has 4-player link play. Local, not Wi-Fi, right? Some of the details we know, we found out last night on Weekly Retro Party. By the time you guys are watching this video, or on the last one, if you haven't watched the podcast, go back and watch it. And it is local 4-player. It does function, it does work. I'll probably have some footage of it playing right now. Shout out to UAG for, doing those things behind closed doors and getting us footage of it, right? But it does work, and you can see the indicators. The game, could be back compression, I don't know. But it did look like it was kind of slowing down a little bit. So, not exactly sure what that is, but it works. Apparently, it's going to be cabled or over your Wi-Fi network. So, if you don't want to run a bunch of Ethernet cables to whatever, you'll be able to do it via Wi-Fi as well. 8 licensed cars. Apparently something with Corvettes, because you can see Vin Diesel's bald head. Apparently that's not allowed to be in the game. Whatever else. All right, cool. That's nitpicking about Fast and Furious. What I want to talk about is other stuff. So, link play. Link play is an interesting concept. It's an idea where, if you have two things next to each other, you can go head to head. If you go to an arcade like a Dave & Buster's or a Round One or anything of that nature, when you go and you sit down at these Daytona USA cabinets, or you sit down at the Mario Kart GP, those are all connected via link play. And so what Arcade1Up is doing now, with this cabinet at least, is bringing home that experience. And it's exciting, but you kind of wish the stuff was in the bundle, right? But the idea of link play going forward is enticing. Think about all the titles that you'd want to see. The aforementioned Daytona USA that I just talked about. I just brought up briefly. Time Crisis or Time Crisis 2. I would love to have Time Crisis 2 with link play. Listen, they do Time Crisis 2 with link play, take all my money. That's the kind of game that you have to have link play for. I don't think that's something you would want to play online. I just imagine the bullets being laggy, especially if people have like a bad connection. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of game you'd want to see via link play. It sounds really funny, but, and hear me on this. If they do another Pac-Man cabinet, right? And let's say they just happen to put Pac-Man Versus on there. And instead of you having to buy a whole new cabinet or a whole new cocktail table, you literally just play it via link play. 4 people, you know what I'm saying? In 4 different areas. Now that I'd want to be online, because that would be a blast. I think that would be fun. Actually, that's my guilty pleasure, Pac-Man Versus. You know what I mean? That's something that I think would be pretty cool. But then you start getting into the ideas of things like games that I'd want to see. Guitar Hero, Licensing would probably be a nightmare. Getting all the song rights and whatever else would probably be a headache in the world. But, I mean, they did NFL Blitz. They did Marvel vs. Capcom. They did X-Men. And those licenses had to be a pain in the you-know-what to get going. So, just from the technology standpoint, and as we're gonna go further and further, the technology can only get better. Like the single board computers that they're using, it can only get better. They have to improve. Wouldn't that be great to like have in your house, just to be like, yo, I'm gonna complete my collection. I'm gonna get XYZ cabinet that I always wanted, and be able to have them go head to head. I'm a firm believer that we should have candy cabs, but we're not getting candy cabs. But if they put out an Alpha cabinet or a Street Fighter cabinet, and it can be link cable back to back, Yo, pull a stool up and your friends could do it. That'd be great. These would have to be like one player cabinets. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if they ever did that with a fighting game, it needs to be one player. I don't want to sit with like this much space with 2 people and then I have half the board to work with because it's not a one player side. But think about that for a minute, right? Realistically speaking, as far as like, fighting games go, like people aren't sitting 2 players on these next to each other unless they're playing with their kid, and their kid's got to be like really small. There's lots of stuff that they can do. And I think this is an opportunity for them to start embracing that. Start selling optional one-player control decks. Embrace the link play. Give the people what they want. I think link play is the low-key sleeper hit that Arcade1Up needs. Sometimes it's not all about the title. Sometimes it's about the functionality that goes along with the title. And just watching that play and watching it run smooth, I think that's the good thing about it. Like, I'm saying? I'm not talking about the game. I'm just talking about the experience. It sounded smooth, minus the Pontiac Solstice, because like, who's racing in a Solstice? Like, I don't know why, but they're like racing in a Solstice, but if you can get Daytona USA like that, I think that might make a lot of people happy. And I imagine Daytona USA is doable, because they're doing Fast and Furious. Why not? We're never going to get like Mario Kart or Batman or something like that, but something like this, step in the right direction. Anyway, those are my little itty bitty thoughts, man. What do you guys think? Yo, is this off base? Is this something that you guys want to see? Do you want to see more games implemented? Think about it. Like, let me appeal to you, you shooter fans out there. Yo, think about a House of the Dead linked cabinet, right? Think about it. 2 cabinets linked up side by side. 2 people not fighting over the same screen. The modders out there, y'all could do y'all magic and take the side panels off of each one, the left and the right, and then just push them together and then have them work like that. Like, beautiful things could happen. Absolutely. I get excited about stuff like a linked freaking WrestleFest, because again, we're big boys, and those little panels, link play is a thing. Yeah, granted, before anybody says in the comments, yeah, I know they have a bunch of other crap that they need to get together. Sticks and buttons. Mortal Kombat needs to go online with Spectate, or needs to get Spectate online. Online experience needs to be improved. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of stuff that they need to do. They need to fix MVC2 online. No, for real. Y'all need to fix MVC2 online. Lots of stuff. But let's just suspend reality. Suspend your disbelief, and let's just look to a world where maybe, just maybe, Arcade1Up could offer something cool. Anyway, I'm MikeOfAllTrades. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss anything that I do. Later.